Welcome back. Welcome back. This is Pod Deep on Sports, episode 6. We got the crew here. Hughes, Jay, Said, the Notorious OD. And this is episode 6. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Let's kick this off with the deep thought question of the day. Let's go ahead, Said.
Man, we got the whole gang here. All right. So, really quick question today. Would you rather be 6'6", 450 pounds, or 5'1", 83 pounds? Which one would you rather be?
400 and how many pounds?
6'6", 400, 450.
Now, if you're that weight, can you lose weight or you staying that weight?
Yeah, you can. Yes.
Okay.
Knowing it's gonna take a little work, but
Right.
6'6", 450, 5'1", 83 pounds.
Perfect question, Hughes. Let me go first. I'm taking the
I don't
six
see what the
6'6".
discussion is about.
If you can lose weight.
I mean, is this a trick question or something?
So, well, go ahead, Jared. What you about to say?
No, I'm taking the 6'6" and trying to lose the weight.
Okay. Is everybody unanimous with that?
Yeah, I'm doing 6'6" and trying to lose the weight.
I'm gonna be 5'4" and try to live a healthy life. I feel like I'll be
5'1".
at 400 pounds.
5'1".
5'1".
You're a midget.
I'm 5'1". Midget
So
gotta be.
you damn near Keenan height. I mean, you damn near never mind.
All right. Okay. Now twist.
400 pounds.
Yeah, 6'6", 450.
Man, give me the other.
All right. So everybody except Ant. All right. Now, what if you had to stay that way? Like you couldn't change. You're healthy. You're healthy at both. It's not a health thing. You're healthy at both. And it's not a health thing, but you have to stay that size the rest of your life. Does that change anybody's opinion?
Yeah.
No.
I wouldn't want to be
400.
I wouldn't want to be a sloppy guy.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want to be a sloppy guy.
But what I'm saying is, so what you saying? You'll be 5'1"?
Yeah, I'd rather be the 5'1", 83 pounds than to be the 6'6" sloppy, looking like I'm, Kool-Aid everywhere I go.
But that's the misconception. You're thinking at 450, that doesn't mean you're sloppy. Because I've seen 6'6" people, and they were like 400 pounds, but it wasn't no sloppy 450. Just think of an NFL lineman.
Yeah, okay.
Like a lot of NFL linemen
with that being
aren't fat.
said, I could take that. With that being
A lot
said,
of NFL linemen aren't fat. They're big, but they're not fat.
yeah.
But 450 is the next level. I mean,
That's next level. He said 450, not 350.
Yeah.
450. I
I've
can't
seen
be.
it.
You seen the cat walking around 450.
My cousin was 6'7". Well, he was 6'6" and a half. So in high school, he was 6'6" and a half, 370 pounds.
That ain't 450.
Right? Allow me to proceed, please. So he was 6'6" and a half, 370 in high school. When he got to college, he was 6'6" and a half, 400. So you're right. I haven't seen a person at 450, but I have seen a person at 6'6" at 400, and they weren't sloppy. They were an athlete.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what you gonna do at 5'1" and 83 pounds?
I'm gonna still
keep a gun on you all the time.
I probably couldn't do nothing. I just wouldn't want to be that big. I mean, like you got to get special stuff made for you. Can't.
Oh man, you ain't 600-pound life, man.
Right.
It's big, but you ain't 600-pound fight. But you got to remember, 6'6", that's pretty tall. So
that's what I'm saying. tall
big.
and big.
You big, you carrying it, but you big, but you carrying it all.
So that means if you're 6'6", you can be 400, and motherfucker really not know it. Like, damn, you 400? Yeah, the nigga 6'6".
Yeah, it's long.
So it's proportion.
Yeah. What you think? What you think, Shaq? When he big, when he out of shape, what you think he about? He probably about 375, 380, 400. When he out of
I would say easy 380.
Yeah. So, and
I
he
guess
carries. He don't look it.
that extra 70 pounds is what I'm saying. That's where you start getting big at.
Okay. All right.
I feel like it's 6'7" Bruce.
So what about adding another twist on it?
Okay.
What if you take your current height, break your knees, do this operation where you add 4 inches to your current height, the operation? Would any of you all be willing to do that? Let's say that operation was like $500. Would you be willing to add 4 inches to your current height?
Oh, nigga, I'm good. I'm 6'4".
and Rod,
I
Jay,
mean,
would you?
not if I was in playing shape and trying to do something, yeah, but right now, that's just making 4 inches of misery.
Now the consequences is you're gonna have to learn how to walk again. That's the consequences. But if you 6'1", 4 inches, you 6'5".
Yeah. Me right now, they don't do nothing for me.
Right.
Now, if you told me that back in high school, we all on it.
Say, sign me up, huh?
Sign me up.
I saw a guy on social media that went from 5'1" to 5'7", and he was like, he's going on more dates now due to the operation.
5'1", man. That's little. That's
Yeah.
little.
You got to have some special talents at 5'1".
That's little, man. Yeah, that's a little cat.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's question of the day, boy.
That's good. That's a good one. All right, moving along. Let's go to the next topic. Last weekend, that was a nice little fight, Devin Haney and Lomachenko. We're gonna go around and get everybody's opinion on who you thought won the fight, and this is because it's a controversy. Devin Haney walked away with a unanimous decision over Lomachenko for the undisputed titles at 135. So I'm gonna start with you, Sarah. What was your opinion on last weekend's fight in Vegas?
You know, I thought it was an okay fight overall. I do believe Lomachenko did enough to win the fight.
Okay.
I think Devin carried. I think nobody wanted to see him lose. That's the only reason why he won, because he had so much promise, and Lomachenko's at the end of the rope. Devin Haney's gonna make so many more fights, and if he would have took an L there, I think it would have lost. I think his career would have been sank. So I think boxing this is the first time I ever felt like, Jared, boxing is rigged. That's rigged. I mean, there's no way he won that fight. There's no scenario. As I went back and looked at it again, no scenario I could have scored him more beating Lomachenko in that fight. That's it. So I thought he got robbed, and I would have gave that to Lomachenko.
Okay. What about you, Rod? What was your thoughts on the fight last weekend with Haney and Lomachenko?
Well, I gotta preface what I say. So I was in LA, and we didn't have a fight. So motherfucker pulled it up on his phone. So I watched the first, I don't know, four to 5 rounds huddled around a motherfucking smartphone.
Okay.
And then we got it on the TV. But from what I saw, it looked. I don't know. I had to watch it again. From what I saw, it looked like a typical Lomachenko fight, where he starts off slow and probably gives away too many rounds early on, and then makes a strong finish. So when they was about to announce the decision, I felt it should, a draw was coming. You know what I'm saying? But they gave the unanimous decision to Haney. I don't think I agree with that one. I would go with a draw, if anything.
I agree. All right, what about you, Jerry? What was your thoughts on the fight last weekend, Haney and Loma?
My first reaction was it was a robbery. But
Who you asked?
me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can.
Okay, so my first impression was it was a robbery.
Is he talking? Because I can't hear him.
Jack here.
We can hear him.
Okay. All I'll say is a black screen.
For Jerry?
Okay.
I don't hear him talking, and I see a black screen.
Huh.
Let me see if I can fix. Let me answer this, and I can see. Let me see if I can fix that. So my first impression was I thought it was a robbery. I thought Loma won the fight, but on second watch, Haney was scoring a lot of body shots early. He was winning rounds early. It was a good back and forth fight. Now on rewatch, I think it could have went one round in Haney's favor. It could have been a draw, or it could have been called, 1 round for Lomachenko. Second watch, I don't think it was a robbery. I just think it was a real close fight. So first impression, I was mad. On the rewatch, I think it was just a close fight. It could have went either way.
Do you think? But I'm with you a little bit on that, Jared. But don't you think the rounds Lomachenko won, he did way more?
He did more damage
than what Haney did in the rounds he won.
He did more damage. I was looking at those body shots. He was landing the body shots, but Haney is known not to have knockout power. So were the body shots really hurting Lomachenko, even though they were landing? You know what I'm saying? And when Lomachenko landed on Haney, he stunned him in like round 10. He had his mouth bloody, so he did more damage for sure.
Okay, I think visually, and I'll let somebody, but I think visually, Lomachenko looked way more. He looked better, like visually, and maybe that's what I'm thinking of when I thought he carried the fight, especially at the end.
What about you, Ant? Did you see the fight last weekend?
I did not see the fight, but based off of what I heard about it, sometimes people like to end the fight, try to put their last impression on the fight, and they think they won, or they had the better round, but it's still a 10-9. It's not like it's a 10-8 round. So even though his rounds was better, it just was a 10-9. It wasn't a 10-8 round. And the other guy, them questionables early, he had a big lead, and he fought to that. He just like rolled it on out. Just made sure he didn't get knocked out. I'm pretty sure the corner, they be like, you got it. Just don't do nothing stupid.
Right.
So that's how like when you win the first half of the fight, the second half of the fight, you're not trying to knock them. They're not trying to knock nobody out. They're just trying to stay in the ring and don't do nothing stupid. So
not take a risk. Yep.
And then to said point, boxing been corrupt.
Yeah.
Some fights you go in, the older dude know this is a young guy, he's up and coming. The only way I'm gonna win, he gotta hit the floor.
Now I agree with you 100% on that statement. I think when I watched the fight, that's exactly what I was disappointed in Lomachenko about. You're talking about a guy that is a two-time Olympian. He's 11 years older than Devin. He has more experience, and he's the challenger coming to the man's hometown. So the boxing rules goes like this: when you go into somebody's hometown and somebody's country, you have to beat the champion. Anything close or comes up to here is given to the champion. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, Devin had 2 previous fights where he went over to the guy's country, Cambosos, and that's how he got all those belts. And he did rematch and took the titles from that guy. So my thought was that, okay, Devin's 11 years younger than Loma. He's going to push the pace and he's going to stay on Loma. What Loma is going to do is counter him, get him hurt, stay on him. But what I realized in that fight is that Devin was countering. They were both moving. Only thing wrong Devin wasn't doing right was that when he was pivoting, he wasn't throwing punches. He acted like he didn't really want to take that risk. Like he put in a lot of body shots, but he didn't set it up and go for the knockout, and neither did Lomachenko. I think Lomachenko left too much on the plate to be desired, to be leaving it in the judge's hand. He walked out with a black eye, which I was shocked about because I'm like, man, you know better. You know what I'm saying? So overall, I won't argue or go debate with anybody that has Loma with it because it was a close fight. But from my view and being a boxing fan, anything close goes to the champion. Anything close, unless it's two champions coming together. You got a title, he got a title, then we could talk about it. You know, I thought the fight could have been ruled in favor of Devin or a draw, but and like I said, I'm not gonna argue with anybody about Lomachenko feeling like Lomachenko won. I just think as a vet, he knows more than what Devin knows. You know what I'm saying? So that was my view of it.
I was just gonna say, kind of like what you said, boxing for me, if you're not the champ or you're not the one that they promoting, you have to go in with knockout or loss.
Right.
That's it. If you win, then that's a draw.
Yeah.
The only way, but the boxers, they be acting like it's fair. It's not fair. It ain't been fair ever.
I think the best performance done by underdog and the guy coming up was Roberto Duran when he went against Sugar Ray Leonard. Here's Sugar Ray Leonard, the gold medalist, the golden boy of boxing. He suffered his first defeat because Duran took it to his ass. And you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was majority. I can't remember if it was majority decision or unanimous decision, but he beat Leonard ass though, fair and square. You know what I'm saying? Fair and square. He took it to the champion. You know what I'm saying? He didn't leave nothing on the plate. When Leonard hurt him, he came right back. He was fighting Leonard ass. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I thought Lomachenko did not do. You know, like there's these rumblings that Devin don't hit hard. He must hit hard because Lomachenko never just brown rushed him. You know what I'm saying? He never tried to walk through him. Go ahead. What you got to say, Ryan?
He never does that.
And that's really my
asking him to do something that he doesn't do. I mean,
that's not true. That's not true because when he went against Nicholas Waters, he made Nicholas Waters quit on the stool. When he went against
at 130.
Maybe it was one. I don't
26?
know. There probably was 130 or 120 something.
So he's fighting at a weight much higher that he really shouldn't be fighting at. He's fighting big, much bigger guys. He's not going to do that. He's not Pacquiao. He's not going to just go throw balls to the wall and come forward. He's going to try to counter. He's going to try to use his footwork and get angles and land punches.
Yeah, that was evident in his Lopez fight. And that's what it looked like. He was still fighting off them kind of demons of Devin being bigger than him and Devin keeping him on the outside of those punches and stuff like that, you know.
You know, why I say it's crooked, I mean, the scorecards, I think that's what I was more upset with anything. I'm like, the scorecards was crazy to me.
Well, 113 or something like that?
I mean, it was only one. I mean, it was 15-13. So if it's a tight fight, I mean, two of them had 115, two of them had 115, 113, and the other had 116, 112.
Okay, I thought it was 2 116, 112. No. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
So that means if Loma wins the 12th round, you get a draw. That means if he basically wins that 12th round, you're gonna come up with like a draw, which is Devin keeps the titles. You know, like you young, you 11 years older than him. You gotta keep that same game plan, but just pump on the gas a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Hit the gas a little bit more. You know,
he ain't got that in him though.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to open up to do that because that'll leave him open. You know what I'm saying? Let's switch gears. What do you guys think about the Spence and Crawford fight? You think
hold on before we move on.
Okay,
rematch or not?
I think it should. I think it should. Every great champion, when you get a controversial fight like that, you should rematch. All the greats have done it. So I don't kind of like that. What I'm hearing about Devin not doing the rematch. I think he should.
Is that something that's really they thinking about not giving him a rematch?
Yeah.
Really?
he walked out the ring when Shakur walked in. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he ain't really, like open to it.
Why would he fight him again?
Money. He beat him. You know what I'm saying? That was his biggest fight. You get better the better your competition. You know what I'm saying? As long as you don't take the fight over to his country, you know what I'm saying, you're in good chance. As long as you keep it in the States and you fight your fight, chances are Devin should be able to beat him again. I would think.
Yeah, I think they should run it back. It was
I think so too.
Too close. I think
Yeah.
he probably sold well.
And I think it'll resell well too, because rematches, if a fight was good, first fight or close, the rematch usually will sell good too. So I think it'll be a good business decision, and I think he needs to get doubt out of everybody's mind. I know he don't doubt it, but everybody doubting him.
Yeah.
In his heart, he doubted.
Yeah. He wasn't looking too confident at the end.
Nah.
He said he got something to prove. He needs to fight him again just to prove his point.
Yeah.
Well, to keep it funky with you, Lomo has been with Top Rank before Devin. So if it was anybody that was going to get that decision, I would have thought it would have been Lomo that got that decision.
Like Rodney said, he's on his way out. And, I think said it.
Yeah, that's what Bob Erm does. He did pack out the same way. That's what he do.
Yep.
So yeah, that's it. But let's switch gears. Let's go to another fight, potential fight that we heard that's coming down the pipeline in July between Spence and Crawford. Let's go around. Who you got in this one?
I think I don't know. I think I had Crawford earlier this year, but I've been kind of doing a little bit more as this fight got announced.
Mm-hmm.
I think Spence might get him. I think if he come in Spence box, he has the ability to beat him.
Okay.
I really think with his boxing skills, and he don't get into a brawl with him, I think he can beat him. One note is they waited way too long. I didn't realize both fighters was such at advanced age. I thought they were, early 30s. I didn't think they were mid 30s, pushing late 30s. So
yeah.
But
that's just Crawford though, right?
Right.
Spence isn't that old.
He's in 30s though, right? 31.
Yeah, he like 30. He like 33, about to be 34, if I'm not mistaken.
I know Crawford is like 36 or whatever.
No, he's 35. He'll be 36 this September.
Right. Okay.
So who you got, Ant, in this matchup?
Crawford. I go with the brawler. Anytime it's all like that, I think the brawler will take it. The other guy mess up, get hit, and it'll be over.
Yeah. What about you, Rod? Spence versus Crawford. Who you got?
I'm going with Spence.
What about you, Jay?
If I had to bet, I'm betting Spence, the bigger, younger, fighter. But in my heart, I would want Crawford to win.
I'm Spence all day. I just think he's the better boxer, the better puncher, better pedigree, far better opponents. I think he's the real deal.
Do Crawford remind y'all of Hopkins a little bit? Anybody? He don't remind y'all of Hopkins at all?
No.
Okay.
He a built-up fighter, and I say that in the most humble way. He a built-up fighter because, like, if you paying attention to Shakur boxing record, he's really getting guys that I ain't gonna say that are not matched on his level, and that's all the guys that Bud has faced. This would be his first A caliber fighter.
Okay.
And he's older than Spence, and he's been fighting longer than Spence. And so this is his first A level fighter that he's matched up against, where he don't have a huge advantage and stuff like that. He does have one slight advantage, and that is that Spence hasn't fought since April of 2022. Crawford hasn't fought since December of 2022.
Okay.
So it'll damn near be about 15 months since Spence last fought, but I don't think that gonna make a difference at all.
Who did he fight in December 22?
That Avanesian guy, David Avanesian in Oklahoma. where he knocked him out like in the 6th round or something.
Was that BLK event?
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, BLK.
That's exactly what it was. Got that paper. Let's move along. Let's talk about these NBA playoffs, man. Let's start with the Celtics and the Heat, man. Who y'all got in this?
Before we go, December, he fought Avanesian BLK Prime, and it's been a while since Spence fought. I don't know how long it's been. Does Spence come in rusty, and does Crawford come in a little more in shape?
No, I mean Spence set out from an accident and came in and beat up on Garcia. So him being out the ring won't really won't hurt him. Crawford fought a guy that really didn't help him, but he's more active. You know what I'm saying? But that guy didn't really do too much to him, so I don't think that's an advantage to me personally.
I don't know. I think Squeak said bigger. I mean, this younger, bigger fighter. I think he definitely has the advantage. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all don't think Bud got enough experience to had all them fights? You don't think he's experienced a big fight? Is that what you're saying?
So a lot of things when prospects coming up in boxing, they match them. And then, they build their name up. So they get to knock out all these prospects. But then when they get in there with real true talent, that's when you get to see if they got real punching power. That's when you get to see if they got the IQ to set the shots up and all that kind of stuff. That's what Devin looked like last Saturday, where he's the younger guy. And what he couldn't do to Lomachenko is set him up with these punches. You know what I'm saying? But prior to that, he was knocking everybody out. Right. As soon as the competition go out, you kind of look, average and stuff like that. So this would be a fight where we'll get to see Crawford, that everybody say that he's extraordinary. We'll get to see if he's really extraordinary.
Gotcha.
That makes sense.
What you got, Jay?
No, I was saying okay.
So let's go with the Heat. Let's go with the Celtics. Is it over? Is it over in Game 5?
No.
Why is it over?
Take it out, man.
I started off. I've been watching the games. To me, the Heat has been hot and the Celtics been cold. That's why they was down 3-0.
Mm-hmm.
The Heat is on borrowed time. They got players hurt, so they doing with backups. Right now, they riding the wave. But if they ever come back to earth and Boston pick it up, Boston got 2 home games. The one road game is the one they got to win. They got to just take care of their business at home and win their one road game, and they make history. Boston, the better team. They just got to if they ever get the momentum flowing and Miami don't be so hot, man, they got people coming off the street hitting threes left and right. It's going to come back down. So I'm not totally convinced, like Miami got to finish the deal.
Okay.
Now, the scary part, they do got Butler, and they only got a 1 win. They only need 1 win. So it just takes one special game from him and them to win. But I think they got him kind of covered. The last few games, he ain't really affected it like he did the first 2. It's just them other cats was hot as fish grease.
Mm-hmm.
So Denver finished it. Miami let them linger. And Boston got 2 home games and 1 road game to win. I think they can do it.
Okay. I'm coming to you right. What's your opinion? Celtics.
This motherfucking series is over. And it's been over. I really don't see how. This reminds me of when the Lakers, follow me. So Denver beat the Lakers game 1. But you would have swore the Lakers won the game. Because everybody was just talking about what the Lakers was doing and how they're gonna be all right. So this is where I'm going with that is I don't see how Boston can win 1 fucking game and all of a sudden the series is in doubt to where they're gonna do something that no one else has ever done. I don't see it. They're going to lose. First of all, you say they got 2 home games. They are awful at home, and the Heat are going to close them out at home. That's all I got to say. The Heat are going to close them out in Game 5. It's not going to go. It's not going to get to a point where we like, man, can they pull it off? They just won 1 game. Hometown boy, he gonna do what he do. He gonna have about 7-8 turnovers, and he gonna be looking antsy, like he don't really want it. This is crazy. I don't see what you cats betting that they gonna pull it off.
Yeah, you gotta take them bets.
I'm more so betting on Miami ain't that good. They just been riding away. Man, all of them role players have been hot. You got to admit that. They ain't missing nothing. That's how they 3-0 lead.
So you're
They
saying
come down to earth. They come back to earth, and Boston role players move up a little bit, and Boston is really favored.
I would go with you if this was round 1. If this was round 1 and they were up 3-0, then I could be like, yeah, you're probably right. They're AC. They'll probably come back down to earth, but it's too far in the game now. This is who they are.
That's a good point.
And this is what it is. And Boston's going down.
That's a good point, Rod. That's a good point. If it is that, because I'm thinking like Ant, I'm actually thinking that Boston gonna win. I really am. But taking what you just said, they did beat the Bucks. Like they did beat the Bucks.
Mm-hmm. Jonathan got hurt.
They won the second round too. They won. They did. So they advanced. It's the 3rd time advancing. So I do agree with that. But the guy. I think so. My pick is the Celtics. I think they're gonna still win it. But the guy who led. I don't know if he led, but the guy that led Miami in points in Game 3 or Game 4, he scored 29 points. I realized that was his career high. And when I say career high, he hadn't even scored that in college. Like how the fuck you scored 29 and you ain't never scored 29 in college? Like, come on, man. Like, I'm like, come on.
Yeah, he's an official role player. They just unleashed him.
Like, dude, I mean, like everybody usually a star in college that makes it to the NBA. This cat ain't even give you 29 in college. So I'm like, it's gotta the bubble has to burst. It has to. It has to. And I think they just got enough confidence in this win because the boys of Boston would kept saying, we just gotta win one. We just gotta win one. And they won one. So I'm riding with the C's. I think they're gonna do it.
What you got? What's your thought on it, Jay? You think with the Heat and the Celtics, are they done?
Yeah, I'm kind of confused now. I have to admit I have not been watching, but the Celtics are down 3-1. Are you guys saying you think they're going to come back and win the series?
Yes,
that's exactly what they're saying.
Yes,
I'll take that bet all day. Anybody wants that bet?
I won't. Well, we'll talk. We'll talk.
I got something out there in the chat, so you can. It's available to.
Of course, I want odds. I mean, come on, give me some odds. But
no, I think the Heat will win. I think the big question is who wins the championship. Nuggets.
Well, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. So
anybody up 3-1, I'll just go with the advantage. Just pick them.
Mm-hmm. I think the Heat thought the Celtics would kind of lay down. You kind of expect them to fight, but give the Celtics a lot of credit. They put up a good effort yesterday. I was shocked that they did, but they fought. I think it's over with though. I think.
I'm sorry. Rodney is usually straight to the point. Rodney, what's your opinion? You think the Celtics are coming back?
Where you been, jerk?
You still can't hear me?
Freddie said hell no.
Yeah, he said hell no. He said hell no. This ain't no debate.
My fault. I'm looking at weed eater carburetors. My fault.
Nah. But anyway, I think the Heat gonna beat them. I think they've already proven that they can beat them in Boston's home and stuff like that. I think a lot of pressure is coming to Boston. they were kind of remind me of like the East Coast Golden State Warriors, where they are the team that look like they out of it, and then they would just come back on your ass. So it'll be interesting to see if they can do what Cleveland did to Golden State in the finals, but this is the playoff. It'll be interesting to see if they can come back from this 3-1 deficit, But I think that he got their ass.
Believe it or not, Hughes, if Boston win Game 5, the pressure goes all the way on Miami Game 6.
Listen, that's a good pressure they can handle because all they got to do is say we need one win. So
They need one win.
Boston got to keep motivating themselves.
How is it I'm up 3-0 and I lose Game 5, so now the pressure's on me?
If you lose Game 4 and Game 5, and you're going back for your last home game,
man, you gotta win. You gotta win 4 in a row, and
but they don't. They got to get one game, and no matter where it's played, it doesn't matter. Especially in Boston, because them dudes is trash in Boston. So Miami is not fearing. I mean, they don't want to get to a Game 7, obviously, because of how it was going to affect them in the finals. But them cats, you think they worried about going to play Jason Tatum and them in Boston if they have to?
The problem ain't all of them. The problem is they got a gang of swerve cats. And every game Boston win, that pressure, and they going to start looking like
they had swerve cats the whole playoffs.
But correct me if I'm wrong.
Looking like Lonnie Walker the fourth.
Wasn't yesterday Miami's Heat first time losing at home in the playoffs?
No,
I believe so. I believe it was.
Yeah, that was their first loss for the playoffs.
Really?
Yeah. They were like 7-0 or 8-0 or something like that for the playoffs.
Wow.
Matter of fact, the only out of the last 4 teams that were left, the only
he froze up on us.
He was going to say
it must have been
last 4
must
teams.
The other team must have been Denver, because I don't think Denver lost at home.
He was going to say out of the last 4 teams, the Harlem Globetrotters are the best team in basketball.
That's funny. Well, what was you about to say, Ryan? You froze up.
Eating 5. That's what I'm saying.
Huh?
Eating 5. So he said.
5.
All right, let's go West Coast, Denver, LA. But we know who won. But is there any blame to go around? Or did Denver? I kick it off with you. Say you're a diehard Laker.
Hey, I'm a Laker fan. I bleed purple and gold. That was just a better team, man. That was just a better team. It was just the Lakers. The Lakers could beat every other team the way they play all 4 of them games. They could beat every other team. They had a real bad third quarter that last game. Denver's just a better team. I mean, they what do they not have? They got an all-star big man that can do it all. They got a clutch shooter who can go for 50 on you.
I got another question about that.
They got size. They got athleticism. They got a swerve cat off the bench. They got everything. I mean, they have everything. I think they're buzzsaw, man. They're good coach. I mean, they just got a good team. So I just thought they just showed they was a better team. They were just a better team. Period.
What's your thoughts on it? Yeah.
Well, my thoughts was I thought the Lakers to win, AD would have to do what y'all thought he was going to do. And he couldn't. He could only do one side of the ball. He rebounded well. He played good help defense. But he needed to be dominant offensively. He needed to be – the game when the Joker was in foul trouble for the whole game, that had to be his game. He needed to punish them. So I'm going to put 50% of the blame on AD not holding his end of the bargain of being – he's supposed to be the one unstoppable this whole series.
Well,
I put another 10% on the coach because they stopped going to – the reason why I took them wagers is because the Lakers stopped going to him and they start feeding LeBron like they was trying to let LeBron bring us home, and that AD is who they should have been going to from beginning to end. And they never figured that out.
How many points you think AD averaged? You say he wasn't good on offense. How many points you think he averaged for the series?
Should have been more. What, about 25?
He averaged 27, 14. He's averaged 27 and 14. Any other 27, that was the highest point. I believe that was the highest point average in the series.
Jamal Murray. Didn't Jamal Murray average more than that?
He had one big game. He had one big game, but I think AD averaged most, right?
It was 31, 37, 38. I mean, I think he got 30 every game.
I don't know if that, but I think AD had 27. I think that led the scoring in the whole series. If you 27 and 14, what the fuck? What you gonna do? What else you gonna do? 27 and 14, and you averaging 3 blocks a game. What you gonna do? Team was just
all 27-point games ain't the same. Hughes said it earlier. There was some quiet 20-some points every night. It's quiet 20. Yeah, he was getting 27, but he wasn't. For me, he should have had them in foul trouble and had the Joker and Gordon out of there because they couldn't stick them. And then everything would have worked in the Lakers' favor. But he couldn't get them in foul trouble. So he should have been getting, and like I told y'all after game 1, that 40 points was a fluke. He ain't come nowhere near that 40 points after game 1.
I took that bet. I sure thought you were wrong, but I took that bet and I was like, man, I don't see it. Because game 4, I was really disappointed those first 2 halves. And he, minus that last second foul that put him on the free throw line, he would have ended that. He would have ended those first 2 quarters with 7 points. And he damn near played the entire minutes. You know what I'm saying? But I blame the GM on this because AD has always showed you and told you who he was. He needs another body, whether they put Tristan Thompson on the floor to do the banging and that frees him up. That's how he's at his greatness. He don't want that big body contact and stuff like that, you know. So I blame the coach for not putting Tristan Thompson on there to kind of help take that pressure away to try to get Joker in the foul trouble. But hands down, Denver all around is a better team, you know. What they did, I don't think I ever saw a bench play that well at home and on the road. You know, like the Lakers, on the other hand, they bench play horrible at home. And that was shocking. You know what I'm saying? Even though their bench didn't do well, the final score, Lakers didn't lose by less than 10 points. Every game they lost against Denver, they were always in it. But shit, it was a battle for them. You know, it was really a battle for them.
Games, all 4 good games.
I kind of personally think Golden State took a lot out of the Lakers.
No.
I kind of personally think Golden State took a lot out of the Lakers to where when they came for game 1, they shot their load in game 1 in Denver, and they were really trying, but I don't think they had it. That's me. I'm coming with you, Rodney. What's your thoughts? Who's to blame?
There's nobody to blame. Denver was a better team, and they proved it. They swept them. I mean, and even though that you don't have to blow somebody out every game, you know, because I heard somebody talk about they were close games. Yeah, they could be close games, and they still be the better team. You know, there's no reason to blame Anthony Davis because Anthony Davis is who he is. He's never going to be what people want him to be. You know, he's not going to be the go-to guy that's going to lead you to a championship. He got the talent, but he's never going to do that.
Yeah, Robin at best.
Yeah, so to me, ain't nobody to blame. You can't.
I don't understand what y'all want Anthony Davis to do. What more y'all want him to do?
Man, visually said it didn't look good.
I get it. He played the best of anybody in the playoffs. He played the best defense.
I mean, we're talking this series. We're not talking that we ain't talking.
He played good defense this series. He played good this series. He played, but fuck, you're going against the best player in basketball.
Okay, I get that.
Okay, so I get, and you giving them 27 a game. You give them 27-14 a game, and you playing top-notch defense against the best player in basketball.
They hate that.
So to me, that's kind of where numbers can kind of lie a little bit.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is, if you give me 21 in the first half, but you give me 6 in the second, at the end of the day, yeah, I did score 27. So it's like, don't say shit to me. I put up 27, but you put up 6 in the second half. And depending on how the game flow, what if LeBron's not on the, what if LeBron's off or whatever in the second half, and you only provide 6. So that's what people gonna look at. Like, damn, he got off with 21, but shit, where was he in the second half? He took 2 shots. He didn't get no rebounds. So I get what you're saying. Like, I'm not saying Anthony Davis ain't a great player, because he most definitely is.
He is.
But to me, it's just sometimes when he drift at the wrong time. Like, he faded to the black at the wrong times. Now, whose fault is that? Is it his? Is the coach? I think it's more. Is it LeBron? Because LeBron's supposed to be the smartest cat on the floor.
Get him back in. Get him back in the game.
It ain't being back in the game.
Get business, huh?
I don't understand. He was getting stuff so easy, and then the Lakers just stopped throwing it to him. That's the part I didn't get.
So I can't remember who it was, but I heard some announcer, some talking head say, what is Anthony Davis's go-to?
Yeah, I heard that.
Oh, what is he good at? What is he great
at?
Yeah.
What is his go-to?
He really don't.
At that free throw line, he catch it. He got the jumper, and he got the driving into the basket on them big guys. He was doing that at will.
But to me, that ain't really a go-to. Like, if you want to get a bucket, like, can you throw it to AD and he'd be like, okay, I'm gonna do this move, and you like, okay, with MJ, if MJ needed a bucket, he got the pull up, mid-range, he can take you in the hole, do the fadeaway. He had something that he could rely on that's constant buckets to where you got to figure out something. I don't know if Anthony Davis has that. He gets points, but it's really not from one thing.
I got you. No,
I'm telling you what the thing is, him catching it at that elbow, where he can shoot that little jumper, and if you come out, he can drive. That
ain't guaranteed though. Every time.
I'm giving him that. If he want to take that elbow, then I'm giving that to him. If I'm the defense, I'm like, yeah, go ahead, take that elbow shot.
Yeah, he ain't consistent enough. And
yeah,
the one thing about the last game is he was just missing shots. So
he was.
I'm happy when he's taking shots. Because he needs to take shots. With the games I get frustrated with him, he got 6 shots. Like, what you got 6 shots? What you got? And we lost? Can't take 6 shots, man. You need to take 16 shots. So
right.
I wasn't mad with him at that last game because he took 18 shots. He just wasn't falling. And you had those games. It came at the wrong time, but you had those games. So it's the problem with me is you got to get up the shots. When you losing, when you need a game, you got to get those shots in.
I got something I want to bring up. And this dude, he does this shit from time to time, and I don't understand why. So put the game, replay the game back in your head, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the second to last play before LeBron got it and went in the hole and got tied up. LeBron had the ball. He bagged it out.
He ran the time off the clock,
dribbled it around, and then did a swerve ass pass.
Oh,
just a swerve ass pass. Like, what the fuck is that?
Me and Squeak we was talking about that. Man, come on.
You know what happened? This is my opinion. I think LeBron was trying to get the ball to your boy, but he wouldn't get it. He would. I think LeBron he was trying to get the ball to AD, but he couldn't get it. He wouldn't get it. And then Fuck it.
That don't explain that. That don't explain that pass.
Don't.
He let a lot of time go off the clock like they had the lead. He
Yes.
let a lot of time go off the clock like they was up by 4 or some shit or up by 5. I'm like, y'all need the bucket. Like, why are you dribbling like this? It's not the
So that play really, not saying it is true, but that play highlights what a lot of people say about him.
Yeah, I understand.
He makes the right basketball play, but why is he making it? Is he making it because he really trying to make the right basketball play, or is it he don't want it in that moment? Because that nigga got that ball out of his hand so fast.
That's what it is. Like I'm a big LeBron fan. That be the shit I had to digest. I had to digest it
from the moment.
Huh?
Yeah, that was real weird to see.
Was real weird. That was real.
You know,
I'm gonna tell you.
Not only that, but the last play of the game, you knew who was getting the ball. You knew what he was going to try to do. I was like, don't give it to him. Give it to either Anthony Davis or AK. Give it to him. Let one of them motherfuckers shoot.
I'm gonna tell you what I was thinking. I think he was thinking what Hughes was thinking. I didn't play every minute. I'm tired. I need one of you niggas to come get this ball. I'm dribbling. I'm gonna try to be a decoy. I think he was. I'm on fumes. I know I'm tired. I did all I could do this. I didn't play all, and I need one of you to come get it. And nobody wanted to come get it.
But if you the guy, I mean, I know. Okay, I see what you're saying, but ain't nobody coming to get it. You gotta go. You gotta go. You got Jokic. You gotta go.
And you know what? And I think that's the luxury of playing with Kyrie Irving, because Kyrie Irving is the only teammate that won't be, can I get the ball, LeBron? He gonna demand the ball from LeBron. Mm-hmm. And LeBron is okay with giving him the rock, where everybody else is sitting around like, yeah, we know you older. We know you played, you played all these minutes. You got another couple of minutes. They won't step up. I don't know if that's a locker room thing. I don't know if that's a coach thing. But Kyrie don't have that problem playing with him.
And that's the problem. AD got to take the ball.
Yeah, AD needs some more alpha in him in that point. But Darvin Ham, you got one cat that's consistently hitting the three for you. You got to draw some plays up, get this dude the ball, man. I mean, Reeves took 1 3 and hit it. Then Schroeder took a 3, D'Lo took a 3, LeBron took 2 threes. I'm like, what we doing? You got one cat that's consistently he's shooting over 50% in 3-pointers for the series.
That's how the people, right?
Reeves. You don't draw the play up for him? You don't draw
that's who should have took the ball.
I mean, come on, man.
Listen, he clumsy too. Now don't get it twisted. He clumsy.
Yeah, but get him open. Do a couple screens, get him open for a 3 or something.
My point 2% on Darvin Ham, him being a new coach. The first series, they let Reeves control near the middle end, and he took over. I think in this one, he was just like forcing it with LeBron. He never let Reeves take back over the offense again because he was killing.
He was killing.
Well, I think
so y'all telling me that Austin Reeves should be the primary ball handler?
I didn't say. Well, he should at times. He should handle the ball. He should run the offense. Offense should run through him at times. Yeah.
I would have been okay with him taking that last shot in game.
He should have took one of them shots.
Yeah,
but Denver played it that way though, because they gave Schroeder a couple of open couple of open looks.
That was bait.
They intentionally left him open.
That was bait.
Yeah. Right. Because they know I would rather have Schroeder shoot that motherfucker than Reeves.
But Ham gotta say, look. We gonna get him a shot. We got to figure out how to get him a shot.
And see, that was the big difference in the series. You saw Denver role players and bench players just make a big ass difference, where it was a struggle to get the Lakers to step up. Like, I've never seen the Lakers keep a lead like with Denver, and it just evaporate like just back to back. I'm like,
man, quit blaming Darvin, man.
I'm not blaming him, but I'm saying there's adjustments that he should have made on the attack mode. You know what I'm saying?
he just like I was talking about earlier when motherfuckers was after game one, motherfuckers was no it was game two. Well, motherfuckers act like Lakers won game one,
Yeah.
and then game two he put Hachimura on them, and Jokic didn't score 30, he scored 25, and motherfuckers was just like, that's it, we found it. We found the kryptonite, Rudy Hachimura on Jokic. Everybody's like, damn, Darvin, he figured it out.
And believe it or not, the Denver still has stuff to do. They didn't even go back to their screen and roll with Jokic handling it and Murray setting the screen.
Yeah.
They didn't go back to that no more.
They showed it, but they showed it and kept it in their pocket. Yeah, they didn't.
They kept it.
Yeah,
What y'all think of Michael Porter Jr.?
He nice.
Swerve.
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 He nice.
Super swerve. That
On
cat.
his team, put this way, he on a team where he got a passing big man that can open them up. He's got to hit open shots. That's what he do.
Says they swerve.
You know, the kill. He a problem because he's 6'10". He can jump. He athletic, but he riding the wave. He riding the coattail because he's swerved. He's swerved.
Him and Gordon riding coattails.
Gordon swerved too, but Gordon, when he had a little guy on him, when he had Shreves on him, man, he's like, give me the goddamn ball.
Yeah, he got hard. He got hard.
Gordon ain't swerved. I mean, Gordon's solid.
He's solid. I give him solid. But he know how to play ball. He took the ball. He's like, man, if you don't get this little cat off me.
Porter's the only Porter plays his role.
Yeah,
he jacked that bitch up.
He plays role. He a stretch four.
Work for.
Let me ask y'all a question.
He don't do much else.
Are you all okay with Joker getting the MVP for that series, or do you think Murray should have got it?
No, Joker. Everything revolves around what he doing. Murray ain't the player without the
Murray got him a game. Murray got him one game. Like for real, got one game. He got him game two.
Nah,
Murray, they don't win game two at all.
Joker got the numbers. Visually, Murray was the problem. Joker was not the problem for the Lakers.
Yes,
Murray was the motherfucker.
Excuse me?
Man, what games was you watching?
I'm watching all four of them motherfuckers. He the motherfucker they couldn't stop.
The Joker, because they put all their attention on the Joker. Why you think Murray getting all them open looks?
Putting all their attention on Joker. They didn't do shit. Joker getting triple doubles on their ass.
They sagging down, going under screens because they afraid of them dumping it down in there and him torching them like they did game one.
Shit, didn't he do that?
So what happened is if Jokic stayed high and they didn't drop down, Gordon was just punishing Reeves. Gordon and Michael Porter Jr. was just down and just dunking on everybody because AD had to come up. But no, man, Jokic is he a problem.
Jokic is what makes the whole thing go.
Yeah, he a problem because if he went out top setting them screens for Murray, getting them little quick looks. I don't think Murray would, but Murray was.
I got a quick question. So your boy talking about he got to contemplate retirement or whatever. I just had a question in regards to the whole playing with the son thing. Like, if you all were in his position, would it be big for you to play with your son in the NBA? Would it mean that much to you to play with your son to the NBA? Because it wouldn't for me. I don't. I mean, maybe because I'm not an NBA player, but
I think it's a legacy. I think it's a legacy thing. No one never done it.
But what does it mean?
Basketball.
Don't really.
What does it mean?
Nothing.
If you're in year 23 on fumes, but you play long enough and you hang around long enough to be in the league at the same time as your son, I mean, big deal. I don't really get that. I don't really get a team entertaining drafting his son with the hopes of getting him on the team.
I think it's kind of like you and your pops go to the playground and run the playground, play bucket or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm thinking that's the angle that he's coming from. You know what I'm saying? Like Ronnie looks good, but I don't know if like NBA good. You know what I'm saying?
He gonna find out next year in USC.
They say he
Yeah, that was it. I was just wondering if that would hold like playing with your son. Well, I mean, let's not just keep it to sports. What if in your current professions, if your son was able to get into that same profession that you are, would that mean a lot?
Yeah, that would mean a lot to me.
A lot, yeah.
No, it wouldn't mean nothing to me.
Yeah,
It would now you know what would mean something? If I owned a team and my son, I was able to get my son on the team. My son was playing for the team I own or some shit like that. Maybe that would have some relevance. But if I'm working at fucking Burger King and now you working at Burger King and it's like, yeah, you can be high five this shit. You made it. We here. Like, fuck out of here.
Burger King and the NBA is two different things.
Right.
I mean, it don't even matter. You can use any kind of thing.
That's the thought of I was able to play long enough and my son was good enough to where we both can be playing on an NBA team at the same time.
I mean, when you think about our NBA legends, majority of their sons don't play basketball. There are some, but majority of them don't carry the name of their fathers and stuff like that in like a big household name and superstar. So
I get all that. I just don't see how how it matters in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah,
I think it's a personal thing, but you're right, Rodney. It wouldn't mean a lot. I mean, I don't think it would mean that much to me. I would rather be me. I would rather be at every one of my son's game, rooting them on. Me, after I did my thing, I let him want to shine, and I want to be there to support him as a fan more than anything.
Shit, I mean, the real question is asking Bronny, shit, do you want to play with your daddy?
Right.
That's the real motherfucking question. You know what I'm saying? Will it be fast enough?
Say,
shit.
Mm-hmm.
I heard this trade proposal, and I wanted to run it by you.
That Golden State proposal.
Huh?
That Golden State Laker proposal.
Yeah, give me your thoughts on it. Run down the trade and give me your thoughts.
That should have never happened.
Do everybody know what the trade proposal is?
So you talking about for LeBron, Jordan Poole, Kinga, and
Wiggins.
And who?
Wiggins.
And Wiggins.
So as a Laker fan,
would I tear down my current team to build that team? No, because I don't trust Jordan Poole.
Exactly.
Jordan Poole, I can't trust Jordan Poole. Wiggins is too much like AD, play when he won't. Jordan Poole, you don't know what you got with that cat. He ain't you. We just need a point guard. That's it. We need a point guard. D-Lo let us down. D-Lo, man, them cats' eyes lit up green when they seen D-Lo on the court. They went after him. They was like, "Oh, he can shoot." They'll let him shoot, and we're gonna go after him every rip.
But can you say that he let him down? This is his fifth fucking team. He's not that guy. He's
right though. You gotta be able to hit wide open threes. Like you don't gotta go 100%, but go 40. You can't be single digits. You gotta go 40 wide open shots. You gotta be able to hit a wide open three.
So here's the question. We are GMs now. Who do you make the point guard? Who do you go get?
If I keep my team and get Kyrie, I get Kyrie, but you can't keep the team together.
Well, you're gonna lose a few of them role players.
We just need a point guard, man. We're a point guard away.
Me personally, I want Celtics guy Jaylen Brown. I don't care about him. I don't care about him not hitting the three. I want Jaylen Brown.
I don't think
Jaylen Brown is not that.
I don't think he fit the team. I don't think he fit.
He the most work cat out of. Like I ain't never seen somebody so confident that they raw, but they ain't. Like that nigga think he is raw. But
He
he
a dog to
okay.
me. I like Jaylen Brown. He a dog to me.
Okay. Okay. Jason Tatum is Tatum's here. Brown is here.
That cat take a bunch of bad shots, boy.
Yeah, I said the same shit about Devin Booker. Devin Booker scored damn near 40 points every playoff game. And
then
didn't
he
take no
came
breaks.
back down to earth.
Huh?
And then he came back down to earth.
He didn't come down. Shit, KD didn't help him.
He came
KD
down to
didn't help
earth.
him. Huh?
Again, KD. You know how much KD was averaging in that series?
27.
31.
But Booker came back. He came back down to earth. He was scoring, but it wasn't at that. He was shooting 70%.
Yeah, he was shooting a high percentage.
So what happened was he went from 70 to 45. 45% shooting. And he's not a good 3-point shooter, so he came back down to earth on that. Also.
So I got a question. Do you think Golden State would have been a better matchup?
No.
For who?
You think they challenge Denver more?
No.
They don't have size.
The Denver
they'd have lost in 3.
Denver played the second best team. They played the second best team. The Lakers will wipe the floor with the Heat or the Celtics. I'm telling you. And if Nuggets gonna wipe the floor with the Heat or the Celtics.
Now I think the Heat is gonna bring a different element.
The Heat ain't going. We
already got something on the side. We have to make this in. We already got something on the side.
Stops here. They better figure out how to win game 6. That's all I can tell you.
Man, they already got game 5 figured out. They already got it figured out. That shit is over with. Game 5.
About Phoenix is what's going on with the Heat. They coming back down to earth. Instead of them cats all being on fire, they coming back to what they normally are, and that's where Boston is going to wipe the floor with them. Boom, boom, boom.
They was just high off the Denver and LA game and thought they could do the same shit and just didn't have no game plan. They was just out there playing. And Boston just got lucky, put one up, put a game up, but game 5, that shit all comes to an end. You know? Let's go around and get our swerp of the week. Who y'all got, man? Who your swerp of the week this week?
It's one of these Lakers for me. I got so many to pick from.
Go ahead, man. We got time.
Whole damn team swerp. But I'm gonna pull out the starting point guard who lost his job and became the backup point guard. I know Rodney said he is what he is, but come on, man. You're an NBA first round pick, number 1 pick.
2.
He had number 2 pick. Man, you got to be able to hit an open 3. You can't shoot. Your percentage can't be single digits on 3-pointers for a series, man. That's unacceptable. A starting point guard in the NBA and you taking them shots. Don't take the shots if you can't hit them, man. So, and Darvin Ham, that's my honorable mention swerp of the week for not setting up plays for Austin Reeves.
I get you on that one. That's a good one. What about you, Ant? What's your swerp of the week?
My swerp of the week is Boston, JT, not taking over the 4 periods like he's supposed to, like he built force. I thought last year he did it all last year, and he come this year against the Heat, and he let Jimmy Butler and his band of misfits pump him in the first 3 games.
Well, he didn't do it all last year either, though, Ed. He didn't do it all last year because if he'd have done it all last year, they'd have won the chip.
Well, he did it through the Eastern Conference.
Yeah,
Then he turned into a marshmallow in the finals, and people were saying Jaylen Brown was better than Tatum. But I give it for JT for forget being nice to them cats, man. Come to 4th Q, they got to look to you, and you got to get every time the ball down the court. You got to tell you, stop turning that mug over. That boy turn over. They're point guard away. See.
Shit, they supposed to have got that point guard when they picked up Brogdon.
Yes. Brogdon. He's supposed to be the point guard.
Ain't going.
He is the point guard.
He's supposed to be the point guard.
Cat ain't nothing.
What about you, Rod? Who's your swerve of the week?
Okay, I was watching the Cardinals game while we was doing this, so I'm gonna say John Mozeliak is the swerve of the week. And that motherfucker, I don't know if he got something on the owners file or a picture or something, but you know, he fucking the organization up, man.
What?
He fucking it up.
What? Oh, we gotta. Hey, that's a topic for the next pod, next sports pod.
Rebuke that. Wow. Where?
It's just we don't reboot Spurs for the weeks now. We don't do that. We'll table that. We're gonna table that for the next sports pod.
This is just the beginning. Huh?
Says you're gonna be walking that back in about 3 weeks.
Oh yeah, they already turned it around. Well, we'll that's a you can't knock a man's swerve. However, we're gonna table that one.
I'm gonna go boxing. I'm gonna go Vasily Lomachenko. That's my swerve of the week, man. You 36 years old. You are fighting for undisputed, all belts on the line. You coming to the champion's country, his hometown of Las Vegas, and you left so much on the table where you walked out that ring with a black eye and you were crying that you were cheated. You know better than that. You know boxing. You know better than that. You lost your first professional fight because you wasn't prepared and you were too cocky. You did the same thing fighting this younger guy, and you underestimated him, and he stood up to you. So that's my swerve of the week for leaving everything on the plate like that. Didn't want to cry as a grown man. So that's my swerve of the week. I got one last question there, y'all. I think this Jay posted this one. Will AD be back next season?
Absolutely.
My answer is yes.
Absolutely.
If you could trade him, if you could trade him in the grand scheme of things, would you do it?
No.
You can't trade him because you only got LeBron for one more year.
Yeah.
So at least with AD, you got him for the next 4 years, maybe.
Only person I'll trade AD for is Giannis. That's it.
That's all. That's what I was gonna say. If you could trade him and everybody was available, who would you do it for? It would be Giannis for me.
Giannis, the only person I'll trade him for, or fucking Jokic.
Yeah.
That motherfucker.
He fit with the Lakers too.
Yeah, he fit with anybody. Jokic fit with anybody, man.
Would you trade him for Wamba Banyama?
Hell no. That cat. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. This cat is gonna be awful. You heard it here first.
I don't think he's playing with the right level yet to see what he's
you saying he's not gonna be an all-star?
No.
In the next 2-3 years?
No.
He's not gonna be an all-star.
No. What he gonna do?
He drew his line in the sand, so we'll see.
What he gonna do with Jokic? What he gonna do with Giannis? They gonna put his big ass in the pick and roll. You do know that, don't you? He ain't gonna sit out there and just be shooting threes. They gonna put his big ass in the pick and roll. We gonna have to defend somebody.
You know something? Somebody that I didn't think would be a good NBA transition, and they were, was Zion. Minus the foot injury, I didn't think Zion would be as good as he was because he was a man playing against the boys, and I didn't think that when he got to the NBA with the stronger, taller guys that it wouldn't carry over. But shit, he was jumping out the jump against the ass.
So
he played downhill. That's why.
Before we go, people act like we ain't like Zion is something we haven't seen. I've seen like 2 or 3 versions of Zion. And shit, one of them was better.
But did you see him from high school?
Hold on. Who are these people?
Barkley was Larry Johnson before his back injury was Zion.
He was a monster.
Larry Johnson was Zion.
He was a monster.
See, I only seen them from college to the NBA. Whereas I got to see Zion from high school.
I'm not talking about the high school. I'm just talking about his body type and what he can do coming to the NBA. We've seen it before.
Yeah, I ain't talking about. But you ain't talking about Larry Johnson Knicks. You talking about Larry Johnson Hornets?
Larry Johnson Hornets
God,
was a monster.
He was
Larry Johnson, UNLV,
monster.
Yeah, but we talking NFL. We talking in the league though.
You're right, Rod. You're right. I don't. That's a good comparison.
But I don't think Barkley or Larry Johnson was. Zion is playing like a 4 or 5 in the league. They was more playing a 3, 4. So they
Barkley was a 6'5" power forward.
But what I'm just saying is Zion don't handle the ball like neither one of them. Zion is a dunker. He does pick it up, he play above the rim. He don't handle the ball like LJ and like Barkley. They a little different in their game styles, in my opinion.
So basically what you're telling me, those two they were better players then.
Than
Zion.
For sure. I think Zion is limited. They play him at the 5.
Who Zion?
4 or 5, yeah. They play him in the.
I mean, but it's a different game. It's a different game than Larry Johnson and Barkley. They were mismatches. You got cats that can stick Zion that are just as big, not just as big, but able enough to handle them outside. But when Johnson came around, Barkley came around, that was unseen. Guys that was that quick, that big, and that explosive, you just didn't see a lot of them.
Strong.
Yeah.
I mean, but shit, what's Zion play? 50 games in his career?
I know, man. I know.
All right, fellas. This wraps up episode 6. This is a great one. If you like this, like, share, subscribe, follow us, YouTube. This is Pod Deep on Sports, episode 6, signing out. And rest in peace, Tina Turner.
Rest in peace. Tina Turner, Sumner's own Tina Turner.
St. Louis own. Peace.
Yeah, whatever.